Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome to my channel. My name is Christy Ann, otherwise known as IHeartAirbrush, and of course, I love everything airbrush, which brings me to today's video. So today we're going to be finally doing a first impression and pure stress test of the Luminess Air foundations. The first one we're going to start off with is their matte foundation. Because I have oily skin, we need to start with matte, because this is what we're supposed to work with my skin tone. So if you're interested in seeing my first impression of the Luminess Air Matte Airbrush Makeup Foundation, as well as the stress test of it in its raw form, then please keep on watching. Alright, so Luminess Air Brush Makeup has been out for forever, okay? And it's one of those brands that I literally, the first time that I even saw airbrush makeup was from a Luminess Air infomercial. I'm sure you've all seen it because it's like constantly everywhere on TV. Like it's like everywhere, not just on TV, but on your browser. If you ever look up anything airbrush makeup, you'll be hit with Luminess Air. It's insane. But anyways, tried Luminess Air once in the past. Wasn't a huge fan of the makeup. I did not invest in a system. I just tried the makeup. They had like a special kit sale. Anyways, I wasn't that impressed, so I never really picked it up again. Well, recently they went ahead and reformulated their Silk foundation, I believe. It was the Silk. And that kind of piqued my interest a little bit, like, maybe I'm missing something. You know, I tried this one, but they have other ones. Maybe the other ones will work for me. You know, I'm getting sucked into them infomercials a little bit. I'm a little curious now. So that being said, I had to go ahead and get my hands on a few different foundations. So I got my hands on the matte foundation, the ultra foundation, and then the Silk foundation. So I'll be testing out those three for you coming up here on my channel. So make sure you're subscribed, just saying, so you don't miss it if you want to see it. But that being said, today's video, we're going to start off with the matte foundation. So the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and give you a little insight on the matte foundation. So the foundations, I have the 1/4 inch size. I had to get 2 shades. Okay, mind you, it is extremely hard to try to match your foundation to the Luminess Air website. Like, it's very hard to kind of gauge it because the colors on the website are always off. You know, you can never match it based on the colors of the website. So because I'm very fluent in the language of airbrush makeup, I just kind of went with a general theory on what would match me the best. And even though I did that, I still had a lot of trouble. That when I got the makeup in, it turned out that the lightest shade that was supposed to be an accent shade for me ended up being my foundation shade that I ended up wearing today. So honestly, and then the other one that was supposed to be like a warmer tan shade, but not too harsh, ended up being really orange. Anyways, very hard to match my foundation. I know they have a color match thing where you can send a picture in and everything. I tried it before with their color matching system. It did not work. I think they recommended shade number 5 for me, which ended up being very ashy on my skin and too light, which is odd because shade number 3 ended up working for me. So you see what I mean, how this does not make sense? Anyways, I was able to kind of guesstimate, and I got really lucky that shade number, I don't even know which one it is because they kind of look the same. Shade number 3 ended up working for me. So I ended up using that on its own, and it seems okay enough. I can see a slight pink tinge, but that's just me being nitpicky. It's doable. Anyways, I got the 1/4 ounce size, and that size goes for $20 a bottle. I'm going to go ahead and read you some product info straight from Luminess Air's website about their matte foundation. So it says, Luminess Air's matte airbrush foundation is a shine-free, weightless, medium to full coverage foundation that delivers soft, even coverage with a freshly powdered velvety matte finish. So it also says that what is matte? Well, when you have oily or combination skin, there is a whole like on this website describing this foundation. Anyways, it says, like, it's a whole story, guys. It says, when you have oily or combination skin, you know the frustration of looking in the mirror midday and seeing your foundation slowly sliding off your face. Yes, I know this frustration. I know it. It's so hurtful. It says, with matte, Luminess balances flat with flattering in a satin smooth. I thought it was a velvety matte finish. A satin smooth, breathable foundation that evens and enhances and eliminates shine and masks imperfections to reveal your best assets. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm filming this intro after I had already gone through the whole day wearing this foundation, which is why my reaction is a little bit off right now, if I'm being honest, because I've already gone through it. So we're going to keep on reading here. It says matte is formulated with fine particles of kaolin, a natural, yeah, I don't care about occurring minerals. Okay, it says it contains moisturizing ingredients as well. And it's supposed to keep your face looking fresh and healthy by improving your skin's balance and reducing pore clogging oils, dirt, and environmental toxins. Makeup minimalists can simplify their morning ritual with a seamless finish in fewer steps. With just one airbrush application, wrinkles instantly soften, pores minimize, and flaws disappear, leaving you with a natural velvety effect and a matte finish that won't fall flat. If you need more coverage, matte superior blendability easily goes from medium to full coverage while still allowing your skin to breathe and your natural luminosity to shine through. That sounds really nice, if I'm being honest. It says it's a mineral-based, oil-free, hypoallergenic, matte, gentle formula, is light enough for everyday use, and provides 10 plus hours of transfer and smudge-resistant coverage for a flawless, fresh face sheen. Wow, there's more. So it says, who is matte for? This luxurious all-in-one airbrush foundation was developed for the woman who wants medium to full coverage with a shine-free velvety finish. With just a few drops, matte blurs okay, this is like redundant, so I'm not going to keep going. But it says it blurs discoloration and dark under eye circles. Okay. It says matte is best for oily to combination skin types, providing an exceptionally powder smooth coverage in a range of skin matching shades. I have like combination skin. No, I have combination skin most of the winter. Okay, most of the winter months. The rest of the year, I'm pretty oily, especially in the summer months. Okay, so this is supposed to be the best alternative or the best option for me. Now, you heard it here. They also imply that you don't need a coverage. This is supposed to be your one-stop shop. You don't need primers. You don't need concealers. You don't need any of that. This is supposed to give you a medium to full coverage. Hold on to that thought, okay? So it says here that the benefits to this makeup is it's a medium to full coverage and a no shine formula. It absorbs excess moisture and oil for a velvety smooth finish. It's formulated with kaolin and neem extract and natural humectants. It increases localized circulation to help reduce inflammation. I don't see how it would do that, but okay. I don't know the science behind it, so okay. And then it says it reduces the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. No makeup buildup, which I can agree does not look cakey. Doesn't look cakey. It says weightless all day wear up to 18 hours. Water and sweat resistant. We could put that to the test. We could put that to the test real quick. And then it says paraben and fragrance and oil free. And then it says it's dermatologist and ophthalmologist tested. It's the best choice for oily and combo skin, never tested on animals, gentle enough for acne prone, sensitive, and mature skin. Acne prone, sensitive, oily combination. This is supposed to be for me. So after that really long backstory on this foundation, you're probably annoyed as shit with me right now. No, but yeah, that's a very long backstory, and of course it has a lot of claims and everything, but we're gonna get down into actually what happens and how this makeup held up. So with that being said, let's go ahead and dive into me applying the makeup and my first impression on it. For a recap, we are testing out the matte foundation, and I have the shades 3 and 6. Now, I will say to you that trying to color match my skin tone with the Luminess Air foundations was a pain in the behind. There wasn't that much information on the website as far as like undertones and things like that. So I just really had to make an educated guess based on, you know, how I color match with other brands. And so that's why that's where I came out with the 3 and 6 getting close enough to my perfect match. So in person, it looked like shade 3 was going to be a better match for me, even though it seems significantly lighter on the paper and in the bottle. When it was applied to the skin, it seemed like a closer match. Now shade 6 ended up having way too much of an orange undertone. So I mean, I don't want to walk around looking orange. So I'm just going to go ahead and go with shade 3. If I need to adjust at all, then I'll just top shade 6 over very lightly, and hopefully that won't make me look like a pumpkin. I mean, I know it's fall, but you know, I ain't trying to look like a pumpkin when I'm walking around. So I am using my Diner system to go ahead and apply the Luminous Air Foundation. I have a Diner system. I love my Diner system. I didn't find the need to invest in a Luminous Air system, even though I love their rose gold compressor. It's so pretty, and their airbrush, oh my god. But like I said, I have my Diner system. I love it. So I'm just going to go ahead and make sure my airbrush is clean and ready to go, which it should be, but I like to go ahead and just spray out some water to start with. And then I'm going to go ahead and take shade 3 of the mattes. You can see shade 3. Come on, baby. Yeah, shade 3 of the matte line. Now when I was testing out to see if the color match was going to be okay on my skin, I only used about 2 drops, and I found that that gave me a good amount of coverage. So I'm going to go ahead and maybe just apply 6 drops. And I chose 6 drops because I am going to go ahead and try to spot conceal. So not only is this video a first impression, but it is a stress test. So I need to go ahead and conceal these blemishes and see how the Luminous Air Foundation does on its own. Let me turn this off real quick. So I prepped my face. All I did was go ahead and tone my skin, making sure that my skin was free of any dirt and oils. And now I'm just going to go in with the foundation. So let's get it on. Now, you know, you see those commercials where they just spot out any imperfections. Let's see how well this does here. Okay, a little heavy. Applies very wet, even with a light hand. And it just rubbed right off. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to spot conceal some of my darker areas, but I'll go in on areas I think need a little bit more coverage. Back here, I know you see that. That's been there forever, and I'm constantly concealing that little baby back there. And conceal around the nose area here. Mind you, I am spraying really lightly. How it does on the under eye area. I'm nervous about this one. Let's just go in with the foundation now. I have still a lot left in my cup here. I'm just going to go circular motions around the whole face. Not moving too fast because this formula is very liquidy. Like, it's very runny, so if I move too fast, there's a good chance that it's going to spill off of the top of my cup. I'm just going to take it slow today. Get that coverage that you see on all those infomercials. Taking forever. Alright, so I'm out of product. As you can see, there's nothing left in my cup. Let's see what kind of coverage I got for 6 drops with concealing and a foundation run. So it didn't give me a ton of coverage, of course. I'll probably go in with another layer, maybe 3 drops this time, and see if I can get a buildable coverage with this foundation. But the finish definitely is a matte finish for sure. It feels dry on the skin. My face feels dry, but when I touch it, it feels a little moist. Feels a little moist, kind of like drugstore makeup. So it's not matte to the touch, but it does feel matte on my face. As far as the coverage around the eye area, in the camera it seems like it's fine, but in person I can see discoloration still. So I might go ahead and touch that up as well. I'm just gonna go in with another 3 drops and see where that gets me. Okay, let's go in around the under eye area, see if I can get this not look so discolored. Maintaining my distance, I'm maybe like probably about 6 inches away. You know, when I need more coverage, I may scoot in maybe about 4 inches away, but I'm still keeping my distance. Okay, it looks like I'm out again. So let's go ahead and check this out again and see how the coverage differs. The coverage is a little bit better. I am going to go ahead and take 3 more drops and give myself another layer, just because I'm used to a little bit more coverage. So I'm going to go ahead and take 3 more drops. 1, 2, 3. 3 more drops. So altogether this is 12 drops, and that includes concealing as well. Okay. I'm just going to go in and kind of touch up maybe areas that I missed. Like right above the brow. I tend to miss that because I try not to get too close to the brow. So go ahead and touch that up. This is why I wait to do my brows until the very end, people. Middle here. Down the bridge of the nose again. Try to get more coverage on this trouble spot here without causing a hot spot. I'm used to all the slow movement, but I do it right now. Like a vein right here, and that annoys the hell out of me, and usually with my other foundation I can go ahead and cover that up. So hopefully this foundation will cover it up, or at least diminish the appearance. Blend it down the neck. Like I said, I want to be one of those girls. Gonna blend, blend, blend. Alright, so this is the 3rd layer here. This should have given me closer to a medium full coverage. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom in one more time. We're going to do a comparison to see if the coverage is buildable or not. Okay, so as far as layers go, I think this is where I'm going to stop. Like I said, on the daily, I like more of a medium to full coverage rather than a full coverage. And it seems like right now in this lighting that the foundation was buildable enough, but the true test is to see it in natural lighting. So we'll go ahead and check in with you when I get out in natural lighting. Go ahead and take a look at it. But it looks okay for now. Like I said, on the skin, it feels matte. To the touch, it feels soft, if that makes any sense. So it doesn't feel dry at all. But overall, I don't really have anything bad to say about it right now, other than the fact that it was kind of difficult to get coverage as far as spot concealing. But yeah, we'll see how it wears throughout the day. Let me go ahead and finish the rest of my makeup, and I will see you in a minute. Okay, so this is me with the rest of my makeup finished, of course. And if you were curious, I did have to go ahead and use some traditional makeup just because I don't have blush or bronzer or any of that in the Luminess formula. I just have foundation. So I wasn't able to do the full face in the Luminess formula for you. But it's okay because we're just testing out the foundation and seeing how it wears. And who knows, if the foundation works out, then I might invest in some blush, highlighter, and bronzer, you know, so that I can go ahead and give you guys a full face. But this is the finished look of my makeup. If you are curious, I am wearing Milani Baked bronzer. Milani Baked bronzer in the shade Soleil. I'm wearing Milani Baked blush in the shade Luminoso. I'm wearing ColourPop Cosmetics Super Shock highlighter, I believe. I think it's a Super Shock. ColourPop Cosmetics highlighter in the shade Churro, honey. And then for my brows, of course, that's another brand of airbrush makeup. Same thing with shadow and liner. I always airbrush my shadow and liner. And then, yeah, I think that is it for the other stuff that I used. So this is the finished look. Fresh and ready to go. Got that mom life, girl. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and give you a close-up so that you can see my skin in its condition now. And then I'll give you an update on the time. And then we'll go through updates for the rest of the day. So, close-up time it is. Okay, and so that's it for the close-up on my face. You saw what the coverage is like, okay? The feel of it, it does give a matte finish. It feels very soft to the touch, but it feels matte on the face. We'll see how long before my face starts getting oily, of course, because I do have oily skin. Just to recap, my face has not been touched with primers or anything excess. We're trying to see how the product works on its own in its pure raw form. Okay, so I did not do anything extra. I won't be doing anything extra, and if I do, I will make sure to let you know if I do. And most likely it'll probably be blotting, but even then, because you want to give this a fair shot, I don't want to blot until the end of the day. I want to show you what it's like on its own. So that being said, let's go ahead and give you a cap of the time. 12:37. It is 12:37 in the afternoon. Yes, I got a late start. I'm a mom. Don't judge me. So I will go ahead and check in with you in about 2 hours or so, probably 2 hours, and then I'll check in at the 4-hour mark, and then I'll come back and hit you at that 8-hour mark check in. So make sure you're following me on Instagram. My tag is IHeartAirbrush. You will go ahead and be able to see those check-ins there. Yeah. So I'll see you guys later. All right. Hey, so it is right now, I believe 2:30 something, 2:35. You can see that. And I'm checking in. This is like the 2-hour mark, just about. I'm about 2 minutes early, but you know, I'm about to go to the park with my kids. So I just want to go ahead and show you the makeup to see, you know, where we're at with it. This is after 2 hours of wear. I can tell you right now that my face feels a little bit greasy. And then I was talking to my husband, and he was saying that my skin looks a little bit greasy too. So that matte finish that I saw when I first applied it is gone, girl. It don't feel matte no more. But I'm going to go ahead and zoom you in and then let you get a close-up look of this. And then I'll be back to check in again later. All right, so it's been about almost 4 hours now that I've been wearing the foundation. I'm a little bit early. The time currently is 4:26. So it's 4:26. That means it's about close to the 4-hour mark, close enough for me to do a check-in with you guys. So that being said, I'm going to go ahead and zoom on in and have you take a look at this face, and then we're going to talk about it just a teensy bit before we head off to the rest of my day until our 8-hour check-in. All right, so far my face feels very greasy, like just greasy. I'm not really a big fan of the way it feels. It looks very, very shiny. My whole forehead is shiny, like my whole forehead. T-zone, the sides of my nose, like my cheek area here is very, very shiny. Yeah, it's just very shiny. You know, my face is very itchy too. I don't know what it is, but it's very itchy with this foundation. The coverage doesn't look like it's holding up too well around the nose area. I did see some cracking around the nose area, and it's definitely not holding up under the under eye. I don't know. I say it's okay. It's definitely not my cup of tea. I look for something that can be a little bit more sturdy as far as the foundation wear goes. But we'll see how things turn out in my next stress test. First, of course, we'll see after the 8-hour mark, and then how things turn out in my next stress test, where I try to combat all of the issues that the makeup is having to see what you need to do to make this makeup work, if anything. Hopefully, I can do something to make it actually work. But yeah, we'll see then. But I guess that's it for this check-in. I will see you guys in 4 hours. All right, so the time is currently 9:23, as you can see there, okay? It's late, okay? I passed the 8-hour mark. We are 9 hours into wearing the Luminess Air Matte Airbrush Foundation in its pure form, okay? So I did not blot, I did not powder, I did not set the under eye area or anything. I did not use concealers or anything. We wanted to check out concealed. So this is where I'm at right now, okay? My face my face is a grease ball, and I actually went out to dinner like this, okay? It's shiny as hell. I'm gonna go ahead and show you a close-up of the makeup so that you can see here, and then we'll get to chit-chatting after. Okay, so come on in and bring it on in. Alright, so as you can see, the matte foundation, which is supposed to be the best option that Luminess Air has for people who have oily skin, did not hold up at all on my skin. I am going to go ahead and blot now so you can see how much oil came off my skin in an 8-hour period. Usually it is not even close to this much amount of oil. I mean, this is ridiculous. And I usually don't use a primer with my airbrush makeup. If you know me, you know that I have not been using a primer for years now. Okay, the only thing that I ever use is my toner, my makeup toner, which is a Skin Prep Pro. When I need my makeup to stick, I do not use that every day. Okay, there are some ingredients in there that are a little bit questionable for everyday use. Or I use a setting spray, and even then I really don't use a setting spray unless it's gonna be real hot outside. So honestly, I just tone my skin to get rid of any dirt and oil, and I'm out. It is never this bad. Okay, so I mean, that being said, let's go ahead and dive into how I feel about the foundation probably after I blot. Let me blot and let me see if there's any transfer of this makeup. Okay, give me a second to blot here, and let's just see how, oh my god, this is probably gonna stick to my forehead. The amount of oils, I mean, look at that. Look at that. My skin, my friends, is not breathing with this makeup. Because if my skin were breathing, it would not be this oily at the end of the day. So I don't know what's in it, but yeah, my skin's not breathing. Okay, it's not hydrated. Okay, my skin is wigging out right now at what I just put on it. And there is some transfer of the makeup onto the blotting paper that I want you to see right here. So hopefully I can get it into focus for you. There's some transfer on there of the makeup. You can see. Okay, so a lot of the makeup has stuck with my oils. Okay, we're gonna get rid of that. We've done our close-up and our pictures. Okay, and I'm gonna get that closer view. But this is a lot. This was the second blotting paper. The first one was just on my forehead, and I haven't even done my chin or the rest of my cheeks yet. So let's do the chin. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that oil production. And I have balanced skin, people. Okay? I work very hard to keep the skin balanced. Okay, no. If my skin were breathing under this makeup, okay, there wouldn't be this much oil. I'm just saying. So something's going on where my skin is not hydrated and it cannot breathe. Look at this whole sheet is, and I'm not even done. There's still, I still see shine. I haven't even done my temples. Okay. So honestly, this is 3 blotting sheets. Oh, there's still some room on this, so I could do my temples. Let's do my temples since there's room on this one. Okay. I never even get oily on my temples, and there's oil on my temples. Okay, so pretty much everywhere where I put this makeup got oily. It wasn't just in my T-zone, even though my T-zone was the worst. Okay, definitely on its own, this makeup does not hold up if you have oily skin. And this is their matte formula. For this matte foundation, it just did not do it for the oily skin girl like me. So my under eye area is completely gone. Okay, I got some texture here that usually is not seen with my other airbrush makeup. I do conceal the under eye area anytime I apply makeup. The concealer that I have is a cream concealer. The only one that I have left is not my shade, so I don't pick it up very often. And yeah, it's usually not like this texture here, and then it's very dark. And we have creasing that's going on here. So it didn't hold up under the eye area, which I kind of expected that it wouldn't. I have some fading here on my nose. I did not rub my nose today. Oh, it was so hard, but I did not rub my nose today. I didn't want to disturb or move the makeup at all. Okay, so no rubbing of the nose. I have fading all around the nose area. The sides of my nose here cracked. They did crack. And the redness did show through again. So I'll definitely have to take some extra steps to go ahead and conceal, because this foundation is not for concealing. At least my experience, when you try to build it up too much, you get too much of a funky color, and it just doesn't it doesn't spot conceal well. I had a lot of trouble with spot concealing and the product just moving away. You saw it. I'm being real here. Okay, but the finish was nice when I first applied it. I had no problem with the finish when I first applied it. It felt light. It still does feel light, other than the fact that I'm a grease ball. It still does feel lighter than silicone-based airbrush makeup per se, but that's where we're at. I did lose some coverage around my blemishes here, but yeah, it accentuated my large pores, of course. Any texture that I have on my skin. Gotta work on the texture thing, the concealer thing. I mean, we're gonna try to make it work, honey, because that's what we do here. We're not all about bad news. We're gonna try to share how to make it work. If you love Luminess Air Foundation, you have oily skin like me, I'm gonna try to help you, and we're gonna get it. We're gonna try to get it done. Anyways, hopefully this video gave you some insight on the Luminess Air Foundation, the first impression, and pretty much how it wears in its raw state. So for now, you see it. It is what it is, and I will see you guys in the next stress test. Hopefully we can get this foundation to actually work for all of you people who have oily skin like me. Hopefully we can get it to work. See if my little tips and tricks work. They usually do. So we're gonna see. We get it to work. Even though they say that you don't need all that stuff, we need that stuff. So I'm gonna try to make it work for y'all and see if I can get it to work. And if I can, amazing. If I can't, you will hear about it. All right, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to thumbs up this video if you liked it. And remember to hit that subscribe button, because it would make me so happy. And if you do subscribe and you're part of my airbrush family, don't forget to hit that notification bell. Turn on your notifications so you can get notified when I upload these videos. Easy access, and it's free. Thank you so much for hitting that subscribe button. No, I'm just kidding. Alright, thank you so much for watching this video. I'm hella tired, so I'm getting kooky. So, love you. I will see y'all in my next one. I hope I will see you in my next one. Okay.